One person in a stream, five people. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to the live stream. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Um, this beautiful fall morning, I guess, because I don't know, it don't seem like fall. It seemed like it's just so warm outside. But anywho, um, we're talking about mental breaks, and I don't have much time at all. So I just wanted to get this message out here for like a few minutes or whatnot. As you guys coming in, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button. Um, Mental breaks. Honestly, I do you feel that you should have a mental break from society? Is it worth it? Do you believe that it's worth taking a mental break from society? And when I say society, I mean anything like work, school. Do you feel like your children should get a mental break from school? Um, hey, what about going to the mall, going shopping, going, staying away from family, taking a break from friendships, whatever? Do you feel like it is worth it to take a mental break from society? In my opinion, yes, I feel like it is worth it. I actually myself had took a mental break from work for a minute. Like I want to say what, it's been almost a month. I needed that mental break because honestly, it get too overwhelming, and you always got to have that support system behind you too. You always got to have somebody that's willing to be like, all right, look, I got your back, I got you, get you a little break. It's okay. You don't need nobody that's gonna criticize you, because a lot of people good for that. When you say you need a mental break from work, they gonna look at you like you crazy, you know? So I encourage you guys to take a mental break from society if that's what you need. Like, especially people that overwork themselves. Stop overworking yourselves out here for no apparent reason. You don't have to overwork yourself. People be like, oh, well, my bills got to get paid and ain't going to get paid by itself. Okay, well, sometimes you might have to sacrifice for your sanity. You're going to have to sacrifice. You can't just keep working and working and working under pressure. Like, you can't do that. Real talk. You putting yourself in a position to where you're not mentally stabilizing yourself. Just because I say take a mental break does not mean that you're crazy. It don't mean that you bipolar, because people be ready to put a label on any damn thing. Don't mean you're crazy. Don't mean you're bipolar. Don't mean you got depression. It's just, when I say take a mental break, I'm saying like don't overwhelm yourself by too much activity. Don't overwhelm yourself by too many people, by, you don't put yourself in stressful situations you don't have to be in. Like, for real, like the things that we do in our life, to be honest, is really optional. You don't have to be around people if you don't want to. You can X out family members if you want to. You can X out friendships if you want to. Hell, you don't even have to work if you don't want to. This is not, it's not a mandatory thing that you must work. Life itself is optional. Well, I don't mean like unalive yourself or take yourself out. I'm not talking about that. Like, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the things that you do, like your daily activities. It's optional to do so. It's optional to go to the grocery store if you don't want to go. It's optional to go to, because people just put themselves in these situations and they be like, oh, I don't feel like going to the store. Well, don't go. Don't go. Do yourself a favor and don't go. Because then when you go to the store, you're not mentally sane going in the store. You automatically gonna have an attitude. You're not gonna feel, you ain't gonna be able to think straight. You're gonna just be pulling anything off the shelf. And then when you get it in the cart, and you get to the checkout lane, it's like, oh my God, I thought this was $5 and it's $10. What the fuck? Now you're getting irritated by any little thing. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some time. People be out here just overwhelming themselves for no apparent reason. Like I said, I had to take a mental break from work for some weeks, man. It was beginning to get too much, if I said that right. It was starting to get too much for me. So I had to push that to the side and worry about self. That's what you need to do. You come first before anything. Always know that you come first before your kids, you come first before your family, and you come first before your spouse. It's God, it's you, then it's your children. My bad, I said that wrong. Forgive me. It's God, it's you, it's your spouse, then it's your children. Your children come last. And I know some of y'all might be, a little brainwashed, and that's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I was like literally last years old when I found out that, the kids come last. Actually, you come first. Because you have to give everybody the best version of you. You don't want to just be out here under stress, overwhelmed, just out here, all bad, just all discombobulated, can't even think straight, can't do for yourself, always worried about the next person. Like, you got to give yourself some time, give yourself some grace, take a mental break from people if you got to. People force themselves to be around people. You don't have to do it. You ain't got to force yourself to be around nobody if you don't want to. Like, for real. I've put myself in positions in the past to where I will force myself to be around people just to satisfy them, knowing damn well I don't want to be around them. I just want to be to myself. I am an introvert. Like, I really don't like people. You know what I mean? I'm an introvert. I really don't like people. I don't like really associating with people, socializing with people unless I really got to. Sounds crazy, but yeah, unless I really have to, like, that's different. But other than that, I'm not a sociable person. And I feel like a lot of friendships in the past or recent friendships has enhanced my ability to become even more of an introvert. Because I was okay with being by myself for a very long time until I realized, like, you know what? I need friends. I need friends. You don't need friends. You're okay alone by yourself. You don't need friends, guys. Seriously. It's okay to be alone by yourself. It's okay to walk the walk by yourself. It's okay to have your life expectations put together already by yourself. You don't need nobody side by side, which is like a friend or whatnot, to change the way how you want your life to go. Because they will try to interrupt that. They will try to slow you down. If you already got things set in order and you get you a friend or whatnot, don't let that person slow you down. Don't let that person stop you from what you decide that you want to do in your life. Sometimes you just gotta let people go. Let people be. Be by yourself. I had to learn that when I got older. I'm like, man, look, I really like being by myself, to be honest. And then when you by yourself and you have that time by yourself, being that you're giving yourself grace and you taking a mental break from society, focus on, hey, Amanda, focus on your self-care time. Actually, that's what me and my husband we doing right now. We're building us we already put together a self-care calendar. So a self-care calendar is specifically like, so being that this is the month of November, it's 30 days in November, just create yourself a calendar. Or you can just print you out a calendar offline or something. It says November 2024 and label on there certain days that you want to do something for yourself. Like for instance, anything you could do: exercise, take yourself shopping, get yourself a manicure, pedicure, get your hair cut, get your hair done, spend time by yourself watching movies, read a book, just self-care. Keep that focus in on yourself. And you know what? Last year I was really good with self-care. Last year, wasn't last, no, matter of fact, the year before last, 2022, we were really good with the self-care. You know what I'm saying? We had certain days, it would be certain days where he goes to the gym, and then certain days when I would go take myself shopping, or I would go and I get some stuff to do my hair. Certain days where I would be in a room writing poems or reading a book. And then that one day out the week, which possibly is the weekend, what we would do is have couples day or family time where we just like sit down in the house, cook, watch movies, watch TV shows. Sometimes we might take it outside, go outside. Being that me and him, we both are introverts and we don't really like being around groups of people or being outside around people at typical times, which is like 12 p.m., 1 p.m., so forth, so on, or anytime after 11 a.m. is just not our time. Anytime before 11 a.m. is the perfect time for us. So we always usually take that couple's time out, and we be the first thing smoking if we want to go to the restaurant, that's where we at early, as soon as they open up. And plus we early birds too, so we always out early as hell in the morning. Like we don't really do stuff around the afternoon time or in the evening unless we really, really got to. Like for instance, if we already outside. But self-care means a whole lot. You gotta take the time out of your day, take the time out of your week, whatever you gotta do to dedicate that time to yourself. Stop doing so much for the next person because you're not doing nothing but satisfying them. Take some time away from your kids, man. You got to. Sometimes you got to take some time away from your kids because you're doing a lot. You being good parents, you be good mothers, you good fathers. All of that time is always dedicated towards the children. Take some time, even if it got to be 1 day or 2 days out the week. Take that time and dedicate it to yourself. Yourself. People always feel like, oh, I got to wait until, a certain time of the year, like Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or Sweetest Day, to pamper myself. No, you don't have to. Self-care is all year round. Self-care is like every month, every week. Use that time. Real talk. It means a lot. And trust me, y'all, for those of you that never use self-care techniques, you won't thank me in the long run. You are going to thank me. Like I said, I fell off from self-care last year because my schedule last year, dealing with the situation that I'm dealing with, it's so hectic. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I felt like I ain't had time for myself. And in 2022, I did good. We both did good with that self-care stuff. Like we was always taking that time out for ourselves, X everything out the picture. That when it come down to yourself, it don't matter. Fuck what this person saying, fuck what that person saying. Doesn't matter if your job listen. If you got an off day and your job call you and tell you, hey, we need you in this day, can you work? No, absolutely not. You don't have to be a yes man to everybody or to anything. Like, you don't have to always say yes, man. Just know that life activities is optional. You don't have to be a yes man. Take your time for yourself, Self care, I would say sleep all day, but I mean, come on, man. You got to do something for yourself. You don't want to just be laying down in the bed all day, laying down in the bed all day. But that's why I'm saying, like, mental breaks. That's the name of this title. Mental breaks. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Yes, most certainly is worth it. And I just feel like, don't force yourself. Like I said, don't force yourself to go to work. Another big question is, do y'all feel like it's worth it? Mental breaks is worth it for your children? I think so. And I feel like as young children, back when we were younger, a lot of us never had that opportunity to say, hey, mom, I'm not mentally feeling like it right now and I don't want to go to school. Can I please just take a break at home for like a day? We didn't get that opportunity. So sometimes I feel like you should let your children have mental breaks away from school, because school can be overwhelming too. They got to get up early in the morning, brush their teeth, wash their face. I mean, they think about it. These kids are going to school as if it's 9 to 5 jobs every day of their damn lives. Literally every day. And the only time they get days off is when it's a damn holiday, or a teacher's staffing, or whatever the case may be. That's the only time they get time off from school. But the kids get overwhelmed too. They get overwhelmed all the time. Think about when you was a kid. Some of y'all probably like going to school. Shit, me personally, I did not like school, man. And I feel like I didn't like it not only because the teachers, but definitely my peers. You got to deal with bullying. You got to deal with being in school all damn day from 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. all the way to 3 or 4 p.m. Like, that's too damn much. Just to come home and then be told that you need to do your homework. And you tired as hell. Now you got to do homework. You only got enough time to eat dinner, make sure your homework done, take you a shower or a bath, or maybe just go straight the fuck to bed. You don't even really get a chance like that to watch TV. Sometimes these kids need mental breaks from school, and we got to understand that as parents, for real. It's a lot that goes on in these schools nowadays. That's why I be preaching like homeschool shit. Me personally, homeschool. Because they gonna end up doing that later on. Like, in the near future, they are gonna end up making it to where all children end up being homeschooled. I mean, if you ask me, 2020 was the year of homeschool, because all the kids was at the crib on their laptops doing Zoom, graduating on Zoom. Just everything was held at home on Zoom, virtually. I just feel like, hey, sometimes I keep on, it's a lot of content creators that talk about this too. School, public schools, shit, public, private, Catholic, don't even matter. I've been to all of them. I've been to Catholic school, I've been to private school, I've been to public school. It doesn't matter though. They are all a system. All of them. They are a system. And they don't work to really, like, you do got some teachers that really come there to really teach the children, because they passionate about their jobs. But then you got teachers that's there to torture children, And they just be having their own personal agendas. Real talk. But yeah, let your kids take a mental break from school. Or do you feel like it's worth it? You know? Um, Another thing, don't go running to your phone. When you taking a mental break from society, it also requires airplane mode on your phone. Sometimes you gotta either put your phone on silent and hide it somewhere, or put it or put it in airplane mode and just leave it. Leave it. When that time comes in for yourself and the mental break comes in for self, it's all about you. Stop jumping up and answering your phone and being a yes man for everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see people do it all the time. It's like, oh, it's all about me today. I'm all to myself today. I ain't worried about nobody. I'm not about to answer no calls. Then as soon as somebody called them, they jump up like, oh snap, I gotta take this call real quick. Man, look, forget that call. If it's important, they'll leave a voicemail, they'll leave a text message. If it's important. But like, I just feel like, we should mental breaks. It is worth it. And a lot of us should take advantage of that and take advantage of self-care, because that's actually what I'm doing right now. And I'm working on that, and nobody or nothing is going to interrupt my self-care and stop me. Period. Seriously. Like, I need that self-care. I need that. Real talk. I took a long ass break from work, and I guess it's safe to say, like, I'm ready to go back into the field of working again. I guess. But when I try back out again and it is not what I need, I'm taking another mental break. Like, I'm not about to keep playing with that shit. If it gets too stressful and overwhelming for me, I'm gone. Like, I'm gonna take another mental break from that shit. Like I said, these life activities is optional. Nobody's forcing us to do anything in this world. And if you don't want to go to the store, if you don't want to go to work, if you don't want to go to family get-togethers, if you don't want to go hang around nobody, whatever, you don't have to. Please, y'all, for the life of y'all, stop forcing yourself to do stuff. It's not worth it. But I gotta get up out of here, y'all. I got too many things going on right now, so I'm gonna holler at y'all later. All right.